Can you tell me your name, please?
Of course, my name is Brie Haynes.
And I heard that you went to the Polar Plunge for Kansas City metro area last weekend. How was that?
I did. I've been plunging in Kansas City for about 7 years now. And this last Saturday, the weather was beautiful. It was very sunny outside. There was a cold breeze, though. But the water was probably the coldest that it's ever been in my 7 years plunging. It was so very cold.
Wow. Was there a
Yeah.
lot was there a lot of people there?
Um, there was a good amount of people there. I think because of COVID and making sure that everyone stayed safe, the SOMO staff did a great job of doing the rolling plunges so that there weren't too many people all in one place. And that worked out really great. I never felt unsafe or like there was too many people or that everyone was breathing on each other or anything like that. It went really smooth. And there were enough people and some spectators too to really make it exciting without it being overwhelming or having too many people in one place.
That's great. I know in the past they had costume contest. Did they have that this
Hmm.
time? Oh, they
They
did.
did. Yeah, they don't. I usually don't dress up myself, but what they were doing this year was they were doing judging like throughout the day. So it wasn't like all the costume people were there at the same time. So if you were wearing a costume, they were judging throughout the day. And then I believe that they gave out the awards and things for that after the plunge. But I don't see any of that because I don't do a costume for my plunge, but maybe I will next year.
Yeah, maybe. First time for everything, right?
That's right.
Can you tell me, do you have some tips for someone who's thinking about doing a plunge or they don't know what a polar plunge is?
Absolutely. As far as a tip or tips for someone who isn't sure if they want to plunge, because it is cold, I say just go for it. It's for a great cause and it's only temporary. The cold that you feel when you go into the water is only temporary. And it makes it worth it in the end because the money you're raising is for Special Olympics, for the athletes. And that little bit of being uncomfortable for those few minutes is nothing compared to some of the struggles that our friends and athletes with intellectual disabilities go through every day. So just to be uncomfortable for a little bit of time to benefit so many people in such a big way is a great thing to do. Um, as far as being able to find a plunge, if you want to do it but don't know where to start, it's super easy. All you have to do is go to SOMO's website, somo.org, and then search for Polar Plunge. But it's right there on the front page when you go there right now because we're in plunge season. So you just go there, find a plunge that's closest to you, and sign up. And you can sign up as an individual or as a team. So if you have a bunch of friends that want to plunge with you, it's super easy to sign yourself and your team up and start raising money.
Great. Thank you for that information. Um, do you have anything else you want to tell to anything about the polar plunge or anything?
What I would say about the polar plunge is that it's an experience unlike anything else. Um, and that you should at least try it once. It may or may not be your cup of tea, but I guarantee just having that experience and being around the wonderful athletes of Special Olympics and all the volunteers and all the people that make it happen, it's electric, it's exciting, and it makes you want to do it more, even if it's like something that you don't necessarily like to do. I don't like being cold at all, but here I am, my 7th year doing the polar plunge. And this year I went all the way under the water in the coldest water I've ever felt before.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so my advice is just, take the plunge, do it.
Well, thank you, Bree. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lena.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.